For centuries, serpents have been both worshipped and feared in Nagaland. It is said that deep within the mountains lives a race of sacred serpents, capable of unleashing a deadly curse on those who disturb them. But what happened when one man dared to challenge that ancient power? This is the story of a millennia-old curse and the mystery that still surrounds these creatures. Today, we'll tell you the legend of the sacred serpents, guardians of a dark secret. Many years ago, a treasure hunter ventured into the forbidden lands of Nagaland seeking riches, but what he found was a curse that has lingered across generations. In Naga culture, serpents are considered sacred creatures, bearers of great power. Local tribes believe that serpents control the balance between life and death. Many stories speak of serpents guarding hidden treasures deep beneath the earth, but with that power also comes a deadly danger: the curse of the serpents. Those who dare disturb their rest may face a fate worse than death. The legend follows Aputo, a desperate hunter seeking riches to save his family. The elders of his tribe warned him about the sacred serpents guarding a treasure hidden in the mountains. According to belief, anyone who dared to touch it would be condemned to a life of suffering. However, Aputo decided to ignore the warnings, convinced that the story was merely a myth. Armed with his bow and arrows, he set out towards the forbidden place. But as he ventured further, strange signs began to appear: slithering shadows among the trees, whispers in the wind, and a growing sense of being watched. The conflict was clear. Could he obtain the treasure without unleashing the dreaded curse? Aputo finally arrived at a dark cave, hidden amidst dense vegetation. The entrance was adorned with snake carvings on stone, intensifying his nervousness. With his heart pounding, he entered the darkness, trusting that his skills as a hunter would help him navigate any danger. But it wasn't long before the serpents began to appear, slithering along the cave walls, as if guiding him towards the center. Aputo didn't realize he was already falling into the curse's trap. Upon reaching the central chamber, he saw a treasure of gold and jewels, but alongside it, a gigantic serpent. Its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light stared at him intently. Aputo raised his bow, but before he could shoot, a voice echoed in his mind. "Are you willing to pay the price?" In a moment of panic, Aputo shot his arrow, but it was in vain. The serpent moved with terrifying speed, enveloping him in a whirlwind of shadows. His body froze, and images of his family suffering under the curse flashed in his mind. The serpent offered him a deal: leave the treasure and go, or take it and lose everything he loved. Desperate and feeling trapped, Aputo made the most difficult decision of his life. Aputo dropped his bow and, with tears in his eyes, left the treasure behind. The serpent vanished into the darkness, and with it the curse that had enveloped him. Though he had saved his family, he was never the same. His story became a warning to those who wished to challenge the sacred serpents, but he always knew he had left something important behind. This legend reminds us of the dangers of greed and the importance of respecting ancient beliefs. In Naga culture, serpents represent not only danger, but also wisdom and protection. Aputo's story teaches us that some treasures are not meant to be claimed, and that sometimes the most valuable things in life cannot be bought with gold. Although Aputo's story serves as a warning, some believe the treasure still lies deep within the mountains, guarded by the sacred serpents. In fact, there have been recent reports of adventurers mysteriously disappearing while trying to find the treasure. Could it be that the curse remains active to this day? The local elders insist it's better not to find out. If this story intrigued you, and you want to hear more ancient legends from Nagaland and other cultures, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. What would you do if you came face to face with the sacred serpents? Let us know in the comments, and don't miss our next videos.